Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out from this potential war between Hezbollah and Israel. It looks like this thing is really about to kick off at any moment. We've got big reports coming out right now that the U.S. is preparing to evacuate civilians from Lebanon if war breaks out. And how we know that they're planning to do this is the Pentagon is moving U.S. military assets closer to Israel and Lebanon right now. And they're doing this to get ready to evacuate Americans as fighting between Israel and Hezbollah intensifies. Okay, this is according to 3 U.S. defense officials. So we know that the USS Wasp, which is this ship right here that you see on your screen, is moving into the Mediterranean Sea right now, or the Eastern Mediterranean, excuse me, and also the USS New York, along with the USS Oak Hill. Okay, these are 2 other ships in its amphibious ready group. Okay, and alongside the over 2,000 Marines with the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit, also known as the 24th MEU. These have all been ordered to the Eastern Mediterranean to prepare for possible evacuation of Americans from the region if or when full-scale war occurs between Israel and Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. So this is getting very dangerous and very scary and extremely fast, okay? This is happening very, very quickly and much quicker than I think most of us expected this to happen. I had a timeline here that was unconfirmed that we may be having a war breaking out sometime in the next 2 weeks, but it looks like this thing could be going down very soon. Okay, if U.S. military is moving major assets, okay, like this USS Wasp and these other 2 amphibious ready groups, if these are moving, these other 2 ships in their amphibious ready group, excuse me, if they're moving to the Mediterranean right now, then that's how we know something big is about to go down, okay? And I've got some stuff that I want to show you here. I've got a report here as well. This is from ViceGrad24 on X. It says, Israeli woman taking cover near her car as the Iron Dome shoots down Hezbollah rockets fired at northern Israel today. So I've got a 43-second clip here that's coming out today, and this just shows how dangerous the situation is over here. Hezbollah is continuing to do this to Israel every day, and this is how we know that war is coming. We are not seeing de-escalation, we are seeing escalation. Watch. So what you were seeing here in this video is northern Israel literally almost every single day, okay? They're under constant rocket fire, assault drones, you name it. This is constantly happening here all the time, and this is how the citizens are living on the northern side of this country. They cannot return to their homes. Many of them have been displaced, and they're not allowed to return, okay? And we heard from Benny Gantz just a few days ago. I did a report on him that he said that they have to get these residents back to their homes by September 1st. How do you think they're going to do that by September if they don't start this war now? This thing has to start very soon, and it's going to be a very nasty, bloody, devastating war on both sides. And, you know, we've been hearing from Israel repeatedly that they are going to end this war very quickly. They're stating that they can end this war in just a few days even. Even Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, I did a report on him this morning. He's saying that, you know, they could just completely destroy Hezbollah's capabilities and throw them back to the Stone Age in a very short amount of time. So, you know, we're also hearing the same exact thing coming from Hezbollah too, okay? They're talking about completely wiping out all the critical infrastructure for Israel, you know, destroying their ports, you name it, okay? These provocative statements coming from both sides is going to lead us inevitably closer to a war and further towards escalation and not de-escalation, okay? So this is getting very dangerous any moment now. You know, we could be hearing tomorrow even, maybe even right now, who knows, at the time that I record this, that this war has officially begun. And I want to note something here real quick before we get into this article that I want to show you, is that I did a report as well earlier today talking about Ukraine and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky coming out and basically stating that they're running out of troops. All their troops have been killed. They can't continue fighting this war very longer, is basically what he said, and they're going to be pushing for peace here very soon. Well, look at this war right now. In order for Israel to fight this war, they're going to need a lot of weaponry, okay? They're going to be going up against multiple groups, not just Hezbollah, but multiple Iranian-backed groups, potentially even Iran themselves. Then the U.S. also has to deal with Yemen. How is the U.S. going to fuel two major wars at the same time? They literally cannot do that. It's not going to be possible for them to do that. That's probably why we're seeing Ukraine pushing for peace now, is that I think they're realizing that they cannot fund the Ukraine war much longer. They're going to have to start focusing on Israel now. And obviously what we've seen in the past is Israel is much more important to the United States than Ukraine is. So let me show you this here. This is on NBC News. The U.S. readies to evacuate Americans from Lebanon if fighting between Israel and Hezbollah intensifies. U.S. officials are increasingly concerned Israel is going to carry out airstrikes, and possible ground offensive in Lebanon in the coming weeks. It says here the Pentagon is moving U.S. military assets closer to Israel and Lebanon to be ready to evacuate Americans as fighting between Israel and Hezbollah intensifies. According to three U.S. defense officials, and a former U.S. official familiar with the plans. The USS Wasp, an amphibious assault ship, and Marines from the 24th Expeditionary Unit, which is special operations capable, moved into Mediterranean on Wednesday to join the dock landing ship USS Oak Hill and another ship in their amphibious ready group, according to the Marine Corps. The Wasp will operate in the eastern Mediterranean to be ready for a military-assisted departure and other missions, the officials said. The Wasp and the Marine Expeditionary Unit are also intended to project military power and be a deterrent to regional escalation, according to a U.S. official familiar with the plans. The move comes as tensions continue to mount and cross-border fire increases between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. U.S. officials are increasingly concerned that Israel is going to carry out airstrikes and a possible ground offensive in Lebanon in the coming weeks, the officials said. Despite pressure from the Biden administration, Israeli officials have remained firm in their desire to go after Hezbollah in Lebanon. According to U.S. officials familiar with the conversations, Israel hopes to create a 10-mile buffer zone above the Lebanese border, according to U.S. and Israeli officials. So I've heard a lot about that they want to push Hezbollah beyond I think it's the Litani River, which is roughly somewhere around 10 miles. I want to say, I could be wrong on that estimate there, but it's a significant amount of mileage away from the southern border of Lebanon, where they want to push the Hezbollah group away from, okay? And it says here, Israel wants to move Hezbollah farther away from the border as is pushing for a diplomatic solution, but if that does not work, the Israeli Defense Forces are ready to use force, an Israeli official said, okay? So the goal is to return quiet to northern Israel so that 60,000 Israelis who have left in the past 8 months because of Hezbollah rocket fire can go home, the official said. The Marines from the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit are trained to help civilians flee dangerous environments. The Wasp also has offensive and surveillance capabilities and can deploy F-35's U.S. long-range stealth fighters. So I wonder if they'd be using this as well to help Israel, considering that Israel has a lot of F-35s. They'd probably use that instead of using Cyprus's airfields, which they talked about doing that as well. And Hezbollah warned Cyprus not to allow Israel to use their air bases or they would attack them as well. So maybe that's what the U.S. is planning to do here also. U.S. is also talking to close allies to coordinate evacuations and any coalition military operations, according to U.S. defense officials. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has been in Washington, D.C. this week to meet with top Biden administration officials. Iran and its Hezbollah proxies are not looking for an all-out war with Israel and prefer the current situation, which puts Israel under international pressure, according to current and former U.S. officials and Western officials. The fighting in Gaza and in the north is draining Israel's military, fueling internal political divisions, and building tensions with Israeli allies. U.S. officials continue to say they don't see evidence yet that a major escalation is imminent, but warn that it just takes one strike or miscalculation to escalate the situation quickly. The pressure on Israel to act from its citizens in the north is very real. One U.S. official said Israeli officials feel the need to do something. A U.S. official said they feel the status quo is unsustainable. So look at how dangerous this situation is. we are moving towards major escalation right now between Israel and Hezbollah, and this thing could just really kick off at any moment. So right now, the United States military is preparing for this, and they've stated publicly that they will come out and defend Israel. But at the same time, I just did a report a few days ago as well of Charles Brown, I think his name is, a top army commander in the United States. And he came out and warned that they will not be able to protect Israel completely from all these attacks if this war starts to kick off. Okay, if Hezbollah starts attacking them with thousands of rockets a day, the United States will not be able to defend from all these. And their Iron Dome system, from what I last knew, is very overwhelmed at the moment. Okay, it's constantly being attacked every single day. So the Iron Dome is slowly being depleted. Okay, it has been, and at times is sometimes not even effective. Okay, we'll have drones and rockets coming into Israel and landing all over the place, sparking fires. There was just reports of fires again on the northern side of Israel again from rocket fires. So this thing is just getting absolutely out of control over here. And if you really take a look at this for a brief moment and compare this to the war in Ukraine, it looks like the Ukraine war is now going to wind down. The Gaza war is now going to wind down. And what we are going to see is a new war breaking out here between Israel and Hezbollah. And Israel and Hezbollah is going to be the new Ukraine and new Russia. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below, but that's what it's looking like to me. But either way, this is a very dangerous situation, and I'm sure nobody wants this to happen, but it looks like we are going the route of war. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. With that, I hope y'all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.